Hey, how you doing? Austin here with another stock prediction, stock analysis video. In this one, I'm going to be talking to you about one that you've probably heard of, Airbnb, a company that obviously we all know. And I think that this stock is poised to really benefit from the country reopening back up after COVID-19 pandemic vaccines rolling out. There's a tremendous amount of pent-up demand for travel. So I found a real interesting article I want to share with you that kind of illustrates some very key points. In fact, 3 reasons that this stock is poised to really potentially go up. As you guys know, I always look for stocks that I can buy and hold for kind of the long run. The stock's currently trading in around the 190 range, give or take, and I think that there's definitely within a 12-month time frame absolutely a reason that this stock could go up 20-30+%, maybe hit its get back to its 52-week high, which is around the 219 range, somewhere in there. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is the 3 reasons that Airbnb stock is poised to really benefit from the country reopening, and as well as the massive opportunity that sits in front of them. It's a $3.4 trillion market. This is the short-term, long-term stay market, and I think that they're the name brand leader to really benefit from that. So that's what we're going to cover today. As always, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you're brand new to me, my channel, my videos, my name is Austin Hilton. I'm a 30+ year stock investor, and I have one simple goal. That's to bring you videos to help you understand what's going on in the market, identify maybe new opportunities, shed some light on them, make you aware of maybe stocks you don't know, and have open discussions and just build a community. That's what I'm here for. So consider subscribing to the channel, become part of it. I'm here for you every single day. I respond to all comments, as well as drop a like on the video if you would, please. That helps the video out, helps my channel out, all that kind of said. Let's get started. Let's do this. Let's talk about Airbnb. Let's jump over and look at what is going on with them. Here we go. So as I mentioned, I wanted to talk to you about the 3 reasons to really be bullish on Airbnb. And as always, my advice to you would be this: run this stock through any technical or fundamental analysis that you deem necessary to see if this fits for you and your stock portfolio. I'm always looking for growth stocks that I can buy and hold for the long run. This one's very interesting, and I thought that this one was one that you should take a look at, potentially because I really believed, again, that this company is open, is really going to benefit from the reopening of the U.S. economy, as it says on the screen here. And yeah, so the stock's been come under pressure in the last few weeks. As you can see right here, kind of in the green, we hit a high of 216. Sorry, it was 216, not 219. That was their high. Excuse me. It's fallen about 10+%. It's actually gained back some of that right now. I apologize again, man. I'm having one of those days. It has not gained back that, so it's dropped a little bit. This is the 1-year chart of the stock. You can see again our 52-week range was let me see. Yeah. Sorry, year range was 121 to 219. We know that the 219 was kind of their 52-week high. So let's continue moving on. Shares are up 185 cents since the company's high-profile IPO in December, and the company's market cap is 118 billion. What is the PE? Let's see. PE ratio is not listed. Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, so the company has a really high valuation, but I think, again, the stock, the prospects look promising, which is why I wanted to bring you this article. So here's 3 reasons, again, per this article. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Investor Place. I do a lot of videos around these guys because I think that they do a really, really good job of crystallizing and bringing valuable points to home. And so I do a lot of videos where I talk kind of their articles and kind of add my 2 cents to them. Okay. So the first reason that to maybe bullish on this is their strong management team. They've got an extremely good management executive team in place. They have been able to fend off competitors. They make it site easy and highly engaging. I personally use Airbnb site all the time. Prefer it over any other site, actually, which ironically made this video much more easier because I'm a user. So this was interesting. I didn't know this. Airbnb's management team was tested in a big way. They cut their costs, laying off 25% of its global workforce and suspending various initiatives when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. They've kind of rode that out, and as you guys know, we're kind of on the backside of that. We're getting a lot more people vaccinated. States are starting to open up, cities are starting to open up even more. And again, this is a company with their business model that is absolutely standing to benefit from that. They also brought in about $2 billion through debt. Their most important move, though, was the decision to focus on short domestic bookings. That was interesting. I didn't really know that either, so I thought that was interesting. This reduced the impact of the pandemic. For example, in the fourth quarter, the company's revenue only fell about 20% year over year, even though another major surge of the virus resulted in many lockdowns. So the fact that they were able to really minimize kind of that downside risk and that downside pressure to their revenues speaks volumes to the initiatives they put into place in cost cutting, as well as focusing on the short-term bookings and things like that. Okay. So in fiscal 2020, there were 193 million nights and experiences booked, and the company reported gross billings of 23.9 billion. Pretty impressive. So this is the second reason to be bullish on them. They have a very powerful business model. They are dominant in the vacation home rental category. I would venture to say they're probably the main. They're kind of the Kleenex of the business. They have the name brand recognition, right? They have 5.6 million active listings across 220 countries and regions. Their strong brand is enabled to become top of the mind. I've already mentioned that. Because of that, 90% of the company's traffic comes from sources that do not cost it anything. I actually did not know that. That tells you that they have almost zero cost of acquisition of acquiring customers because they have such a strong brand and they are top of mind. Which obviously, what does that mean? It goes directly to if they can acquire customers for no money and or extremely cheap. 90% of the traffic comes from sources that do not cost it anything. Then it doesn't cost anything to acquire a customer, right? Their profit is higher, etc. Excuse me. All right, this is where I was shocked at this. I didn't realize that the overall travel, short-term and long-term experiences travel market was this big. The overall market is $3.4 trillion. Remember that their revenues in 2020 were 23.9 billion. Remember that 90% of their traffic, it costs them nothing, so they're getting that top of mind. So they stand to really truly benefit from this massive opportunity, right? So, and this really broke it up. There's 1.8 trillion inside of this 3.4. 1.8 trillion is for short-term stays. I don't know how they define a short-term, if it's 2-day, 3-day, whatever it may be. Obviously, long-term would be longer, 210 billion. Long-term stays, meaning probably 10 plus days, maybe even a month, whatever they're defining as long-term stays. And then I don't even know really what an experience is, but that could be some type of again, I'm not gonna venture a guess. It's an experience, right? But that's a massive opportunity. This was where, remember earlier in the article, it talked about how they shifted their business model from these long-term stays. Well, it makes sense because obviously this is the largest bulk of that $3.4 trillion market. So they were smart to do that, to make that a big part of their particular business model as we were weathering the COVID-19 pandemic, right? Okay, so that's another, again, it's an opportunity. They're massive opportunity, just how big the marketplace is and their name brand in it. This is the third reason to be bullish, the reopening of the country and ABNB stock. Okay, so remember, vaccines are rolling out. We're at north of 30, 40 plus million or more now, as of the recording of this video, of people that have been vaccinated. States are starting to open up, Texas, others, and if they're not fully open, states are starting to kind of reduce restrictions related to travel, things of that nature. So because of those vaccines rolling out, the economy is poised for growth again. Let's see, where was it? They did a survey. They said that they've identified that there's a massive, significant pent-up demand for travel, which makes sense. It's pretty much common sense, right? You can't talk to any of your friends, family. Everybody's kind of, there is this pent-up demand for travel because we've just been literally locked down for a year plus. Okay, so again, Airbnb is poised to take advantage of that and to be the major brand player, that's gonna obviously benefit from that. Okay, so Airbnb said more than half of those surveyed, 54%, said they either already booked, are currently planning to travel, or expect to travel in 2021. This includes 57% of 18 to 29-year-olds, 60% of 30 to 49-year-olds. They really are poised to take advantage of a massive opportunity that is the reopening of the United States and, frankly, the reopening of the world. So as always, a few final thoughts here just to kind of recap. This is a stock that is not a sexy stock. It's not going to double in the next 6 months. It's not going to go up, 50, 100% or whatever it is. This is absolutely, in my mind, a blue chip, even though it's not technically a blue chip. It's a blue chip branded company, okay, in their respective marketplace, and conservative. We saw from the chart that they really kind of traded in the last year in kind of that band of 110 to where they started approximately, and kind of up in the up to 200 range, reaching a high of 216, 219, give or take. They're trading at around the $190 range right now, and so again, it's kind of look at it like I always look at it. I'm looking at a stock that I can make 20% or more in, say, a 12-month time period. I think that that's very, very doable. I did go look it up. The analysts are not very bullish on this stock. Their target price is around the 185 range right now, which the stock's trading above that. Again, love them, hate them, whatever you may feel about the analysts. I just bring that up for a data point. I don't put a lot of credence in particularly what the analysts say or not about this stock, or a lot of stocks, in fact. Do your own due diligence if you feel like the stock's right for you. This one's interesting because I do think that there's at least a 20% bump or move in this, which would represent, let's see, going from 190, 10% is 19, so probably getting back to that high, right, somewhere in that area. If my math is right, don't do math in public. It's been a long day already. Again, I think there's opportunity here, right? And I think that remember the key points. It's a $3.4 trillion market. They focus their business in the short term to focus on that $1.8 trillion short-term stay side of it. They did $23+ billion in 2020. They minimize their downside risk. Their executive management team seems to be really, really good, have the things in place to really, guide this company forward. They unequivocally stand to massively benefit from the reopening of the United States and the world, frankly. And so, with vaccine deployment and us kind of getting our arms around the COVID-19 virus and all those kind of things, this company absolutely benefits. They truly, truly do. And so I think that this is one you might want to take a look at. I don't see a lot of downside risk here. I see mostly positive, and I think that this is an opportunity. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up with that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please drop a like on it. It genuinely helps me out. Doesn't hurt you. Just hit that little like button below. Sorry, I've always got to say that, just to kind of remind you guys to do that. And consider subscribing to the channel, become part of the community. I'm here for you every single day. And until the next video, I'll see you. My name's Austin. Take care.